Hi, bitches. Let's fucking go, girls. Let's fucking go, girls. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. How are we doing today? Are we live, laugh, loving? Are we vibing? Look at my tank. My tank is thriving. I've got some little autosynclus catfish in here. You can't see them because it's very far away. But, Victor, anybody can be a baby girl. Leon Kennedy is a baby girl. All right. How are we doing? Hi, Aoife. Hi, Victor. I hope we're doing okay. You know, I hope we're having fun. See, that's the spirit. That is the spirit. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, we're excited. We're excited. We're having fun. We do have some FIREBAT news, and we're gonna get into it. Now, before the post got taken down, earlier today, I happened to see... Yes, we are going to cover the termination of said employment by the Bat of Fire, but first... Oh, thank you, Sender. We're still decorating. As you can see, I still have a lot of unpacking to do. This is like stuff that I still need to put away, including my sewing machine, my books, stuff I need to hang on the walls, that kind of thing. But we have the tank set up, which is nice. I have my fish tank set up here, and I'm gonna have a camera that I'm gonna be setting up, like probably right around here. That's gonna look directly into the tank. I might get a waterproof camera, put it in there, so that we can just click over and have a fish cam. You know, if y'all are good. Yes, right now there's just a couple shrimps in there, and I think about 5 or 6 autosynclus catfish. Although right now I can only see about 4 of them. So I don't know. A couple of them might have died. I'm not sure. Happens when you move like a whole school of fish into a tank. It happens. But before we get into the FIREBAT content, we have something important to talk about. So some of y'all might be aware that I enjoy a little game called Final Fantasy XIV Online. I don't know. I don't really talk about it all that much. I keep it kind of low key. I'm not super big into Final Fantasy. You know, it's not like it's the biggest thing about me on Earth. You know, it's a part of my life. And because FIREBAT was fired, I'm gonna burn through this so we can get to that, okay? Actually, we can do a poll because some grooming allegations have come out about a very big streamer in the Final Fantasy XIV community that I thought you guys might want to hear about. So we're going to talk about it, especially because Oomph gets called out in it. So we've got a couple main players here that I'm going to introduce you to. I can get them pulled up here. I'm going to see if I can try and find them. So our first main player here is going to be a guy named John. He goes by John Burt Fantasy. Let's see. And then we also need to talk about Tiffany Lockhart. This is so funny. Okay. So Tiffany Lockhart is a Final Fantasy XIV streamer that I would like to talk about a little bit here. I'm sorry, I really should have done this beforehand, but I want to try and get her content pulled up because there's a couple things that we need to go through here. Yeah, so we've got, but first, before we do anything here, is we're going to get into this. And so we have a Google Doc. Yeah, I don't know why this is in fucking light mode. Can I turn this into dark mode? Because I'm being blinded. Help? No. Tools? View? Whatever. It's just going to be in light mode. Side panel? Maybe? No. Okay. So we have a Blue Sky post that I saw earlier today. I managed to nab it before the post got deleted. But essentially, the accusation came out that somebody named Tiffany Lockhart, who is one of the biggest Final Fantasy XIV streamers out there right now, is shielding a groomer. So our main character is John Burt Fantasy. We're going to be introduced to him shortly. But we're going to go through the Google Doc. We're going to burn through it. And then we're going to talk about main players. Because we have some responses from the people involved here that I want to talk about. Okay? So without further ado, oh god, what's my password for Blue Sky? I don't remember. Shows you how often I use social media. So I'm going to go through here and we're going to talk about... Yeah, okay, so I got her right here as well. I'm going to put her over here. Okay, so we're going to go through, we're going to talk about it, and then we're going to burn through their responses. And then we're going to get into FIREBAT stuff, which is going to be really fun. Okay, so recently a person who wishes to remain anonymous reached out under a Blue Sky post regarding John Burt Fantasy. We've talked about him. That is this gentleman right here. And he has a statement he's released, which is going to be very interesting. This post was a quote post of John actively dismissing the previously released call-out against Tiffany Lockhart, who is Tiffany May Cry on Blue Sky, for harassment and bullying, calling for the original doc to be taken down. The post was, quote, reposted with a commentary on how forced this apology felt, worrying about how foul play on Tiffany's end following the harassment campaign her mods had enacted on the original group. I need to learn about this, because I didn't know this happened. Anon reached out underneath the quote post and said this is a throwaway account with the now defunct Discord. John groomed me when I was 15. I was mad as fuck when I saw this post. Found out from Tiffany he lied to me about his age. This post came almost immediately after she found out what he did and called him. So we've got a content warning, but I got some logs. Okay. So now we have some posts from John saying, John, yes, but blah, 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 kinda, because I feel like before now it was just a silly tee-hee, no one is being serious, but now I actually mean, like, obsess over me. Do everything to love me and make me happy. Fill your life with me kind of thing. Make it official now. This person is 15 that they're talking to. Tinkle, this other person is saying, like, can I think about it, please? And so this is a 15-year-old that John is messaging. John is a big person in the Final Fantasy community, or was at least. Not anymore. Oh, God, I have a cold. I'm so sorry. Oh, God. Okay, so we've got some more chat logs here, which is John. So I've got an idea, right? So right now you're my girlfriend. Ooh. What if, trust me, it's better. What if you be like my slave? Not like a servant slave, because that's a little weird, but more of just, I own you. Oh God, this is so weird. Okay, Anonymous told me that he met John on Roblox. It's always fucking Roblox. When he was about 15, where the two of them casually played game together before exchanging Discords. John claimed to be 17 or 18, when at the time he would have been around 20 or 21 to get closer to Non. So he lied about his age to get closer to a fucking child. Yeah, Sender, I completely agree. This is so fucking gross. Okay, I met John in a Roblox game, I think in 2023. Somebody will have to explain to me what that is. Actually don't. The less I know about Roblox, the better. I would have been a couple months into being 15 at that point. I'm pretty sure we just played games for a bit before he asked for my Discord. At first, it was fine. We talked about shared interests or characters. I was pretty lonely at that time, so I was happy to talk to somebody, even if he was, what I thought, a little older. Cannot find the message for the life of me. A lot of our conversations happened on call with me texting him and talking, so it might have been that, but I'm very sure he told me he was turning 18 that year. He absolutely knew I was 15. Important thing to note. I can't give an exact date, but it wasn't long before I sort of turned weird. Him asking about sexual experiences, telling me about his, asking me to do BDSM tests, stuff along those lines, and eventually led to a relationship, which I have numerous messages of proof of him calling me his girlfriend, saying I love you, etc. Although I'm a boy now, just to explain why it'll be femme terms from back then. So this is someone who has transitioned, they're a trans guy, but this is pre-transition. That's how young this person was. They hadn't even come out as trans yet. Relationship quickly went from friendly to sexual. As I mentioned above, John would ask inappropriate things, sexual experiences, preferences, and BDSM. He's not even trying to be sly, just blatantly making JSonarFX moves. Yeah, like, honestly, I think JSonarFX might be more sly than this guy. Relationship quickly went from friendly to sexual. As mentioned above, John would ask inappropriate things, sexual experiences, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I already read that. Obviously, because I was a kid, he didn't want me meeting his friends, so I literally don't know anyone he knows, and I doubt anybody knew at all. I have BPD now, and was definitely exhibiting symptoms at 15, along with severe anxiety, so I was emotionally fragile. He absolutely knew that. It wasn't like a secret at all. He knew my state, and that I was almost always alone, and I think he definitely took advantage of that, which is something that these people will be doing. My God, sorry, I have a cold. There's a lot of emotionally abusive arguments that we had. We broke up in October of 2023 after an argument because I forgot his name, which I don't think was his real name, and I never called him it because he said he didn't like it anyway. He wasn't happy about it. Very strange. Didn't talk for a while, not until I think my GCSES. I don't know what that is. Which would have maybe been summer 2024, but he messaged me and agreed we try again. This is very embarrassing, but it was already sexual before, with CSEM involved only of me, and him having sent his own pictures to me, along with messages, audio, and video calls. I tried to delete as much as I can from that chat, but looking at it genuinely makes me nauseous. Oh, this guy needs to go to jail. This guy needs to go to jail. Holy shit. Jail. But after he came back, and that was really all it was, he presented himself as nice and loving before, but after that break, he was very cold, which is what these people do. Oh, God. Sorry about that. But after the breakup, he was very cold, would only spend time with me if I agreed to do things for him, and would guilt trip me if I said no, until I either went to bed feeling nauseous from an argument or gave in, and that cycle generally repeated until we had another argument and I blocked him on everything. He came back in, I think, January, February, maybe, 2026, after a year of, I think, no contact, saying he'd been thinking about me and was sorry for what he did, missed me, and hoped we could talk. I did reply. There's a lot of Stockholm shit because of all the grooming and manipulation that I'm still working through, but eventually I told him I couldn't trust him anymore, and he dropped off the face of the earth, which is why I reached out to Tiffany. This is where Tiffany Lockhart comes in. I knew he was going through a rough time, and I was worried me being distant and telling him essentially to essentially do one had pushed him over the edge because he wasn't active on WhatsApp since that point. I wanted to know if he was okay. Again, emotional attachment, blah, blah, blah. And I found Tiffany through his socials. Reached out to her simply to ask if she knew John, if she'd heard from him. Not with the intention to tell her what he did. More to just settle my own mind. But she asked, and I gave her information and proof. Obviously, because I didn't know any of his friends, I couldn't just, text anyone. And Tiffany, having followers, was the easiest to reach. So now we have a convo between, I think, the person and John again. Okay. So John is saying, because I feel like before now, it was just a silly tee blah, blah. Okay, so we have this here. Okay, we have this again. We have a deleted dick pic moment. And then they're saying, John's just being like, this ain't the 1800s. It's fine if that's what you're worried about. No, it's not. Whoa. I really do love you. I'm sorry if I seemed annoying. I just want you to know what you mean a lot to me. I love the way you turn to show off that cute ass. Oh my God, this person sucks. I'm not even reading the rest of these. Okay. Tiffany knew all about this and is actively associating with / shielding a person she knows is a predator. We're going to get to Tiffany's response because she did post a response. Anon has reached out to Tiffany to ask if John was okay, knowing he was going through a tough time. He found her via John's socials, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so we just got to this. Okay, so here's the conversation. Wait, so this is from Tiffany Lockhart, the Final Fantasy XIV streamer. So you were 14 when you were talking to him? This is a funny bonding experience. I don't remember the exact date we met. I know it was sometime during 2023, but I can't remember if it was before or after April. I think I would have been a couple months into being 15 because it might have been August. I think I'm more surprised they were messaging you this year. Yeah, he tends to message like every 6 months. It's real annoying, especially when I'm getting over it. I think he only messaged this year because he fell out with people because we didn't talk for a year, and he knew I'd probably come back. Calling him right now. And then Tiffany says, quote, I won't get him in trouble. You won't either, yeah? So this is Tiffany actively running cover. I reached out to Serwin about this after being informed by Anon. By the way, Serwin is a oomphie of mine. We're mooks. And I'm going to find her content here because love Serwin. Let's see. Yeah, Tiffany's been mass reporting a lot of the posts about this and getting them taken down. Okay. Oh, there's a lot of shit here. Oh my god. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna have to get to the Serwin stuff after this. Okay, because I want to get through this because there's a lot more that's happened in the past couple of hours while I was at work. Okay. So Serwin, to her credit, I've talked to Serwin about this a little bit. And Serwin immediately cut contact with John over this. By the way, and is disgusted. Serwin loves Serwin to death. Fun fact, fun story about Serwin. A while ago, Serwin and we kind of teamed up, like Jesse and whatever her name, Jesse and James from Team Rocket, to make fun of a guy who was being a turbo fucking weirdo Ishgardian role player. That was a fun time. Serwin removed John from all of her group chats and her FC immediately and is no longer in contact. So please don't harass Serwin. Serwin's amazing. Blah, blah, blah. So we've got timestamps. Okay, great. They're just taking a moment to add you in a couple. All right. Sorry to put you on the spot ahead of time, dude, but genuinely think you have the right to know after everything that went down. It's only been an hour since I've learned this, so I'm still trying to process it myself truthfully. I'm going to hear everything out, but, like, if this is true, not doubting that it is at all, John is getting removed effective immediately. It doesn't undo the harm that Tiffany has done, but quite frankly, both are shitty if this is true. Yeah, I understand. I want her to hear the deeper context from all parties in the coming days, but as far as I'm aware, victim literally doesn't want any of this to be spread beyond a few, so I'm respecting their wishes. Feel it's all I can do personally. I'll respect their wishes, but John is going ASAP. Grabbing a drink real quick while John gets prepped. I think that's what he's doing anyways. Grabbing one too real quick. So blah, blah, blah. And then we have into a voice call where John admit to grooming Anon in front of Tiffany. So in front of Tiffany Lockhart. So we've got, and this is really small. I'm so sorry. I'm old. Let me see what I got here. Okay. Tell us if Serwin wants in. Yeah, she's swooping at it. Okay, so whatever. There was a voice call. She heard it from directly to John, from John and still decided to be his friend. This is not how anyone under any circumstances should respond to being informed that someone close to them is a predator. Knowing that, almost immediately after this, John's apology to Tiffany came out and the two went back on their merry way. She knows about this and still chose to reconnect with him. Not only has she entirely rebranded her presence in online XIV spaces to avoid responsibility for her own actions, but she's also actively associating with an extremely dangerous person. So we've got proof of them hanging out together, being buddies. God, I think I used to follow this dude. I think I used to follow both of them. I decided to make an account for her, blah, 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 at least for this guy, blah, blah, blah. Live shrimp cam. Okay, well, we can't. I love the shrimp cam, okay? Alright, so let's see what we've got here. So this is, I don't know what this is. What is this? Okay, I think this is like an RP profile or something. Their link shells, their communities, I don't know. But this is just proof that Tiffany, Rose Eventide, and John Final Fantasy, John Burt Fantasy, are actively associating with each other. This is proof that they're associating with each other again. So we've got these dorks are back. Rose, Meteor, XIV. Really do appreciate this. You don't have to choose. So just more proof of them collaborating, being buddies. Tiffany being a hypocritical asshole here, saying, if having boundaries makes me a criminal for not wanting to be associated with a minor, then yeah, I'm a felon. Yet if I'm friends with a minor, then I can easily be twisted into a whole other situation. What do y'all want from me? Blah, 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 blah. Okay, Do I know this bitch? Wait a minute. Do I know her? Hold on. I don't know her. Okay. Okay, wait a minute. Do I know this bitch? Hold on. No. Okay. For a second, I thought she was somebody that I knew. Okay. So we've got them being Kringa. Here's her actively playing with John, which is not great. Oh my god, I think what world? Seraph? Oh no, I've seen him around. Oh, hi, Magic Mama. Hi, we've got some... I think I've seen him... Oh, shit. I think I've seen both of them hanging around my server. Uh-oh, that's not good. The intention of this doc is to bring awareness to the horrible behavior of both these people. Update, Tiffany has seen this as mass reporting the doc. Tiffany has basically admitted all this is true on her blue sky. Okay, so we've got to the main doc. I want to get to Tiffany's responses, and then we're going to get to Serwin's responses. Okay, so Tiffany's response is... She's been mass reporting all of this, by the way. I'm not even going to entertain this. LOL, I asked them what they wanted him to do, and I was the one who told him to speak up while they wanted to remain anonymous, which led me to tell Serwin, by the way, that same day because I told the people who wrote the doc on me since they deserve to know. But why were you hanging out with John afterwards? It was hard to believe, but you deserve to be heard, and I believe you. Yeah, I get it's sort of hard to prove, and I didn't intend to actually tell anyone, but thank you. Anyways, anything you want from John? Did you want to be open about it with his friends and acknowledge all his faults? No, bitch, this guy belongs in prison. Like, listen, you should not be putting that responsibility on a 15-year-old to decide the punishment for their abuser. This guy groomed a child, sent inappropriate materials to a child. He belongs in prison. This is so fucking crazy. It's not like any of them know me, and he's already apologized to me. Well, okay, so I asked them what they wanted to do, and then we've got another response here. Just for you to not even confront him about his problems, but your biggest concern was, are you friends with Tiffany when this whole situation is bigger than both of us? Yes, John is fucked up extremely, but I'm not going to abandon him. He has seek therapy and a support group. I don't give a shit if he seeks therapy. Look, man, this is without a shred of hostility. It feels like I've been left in the dark for so much shit. Yeah, put that dude under the fucking jail. I agree. No, this is so fucking weird. Okay, so now we're gonna go to Serwin's page, who I've got right here. I have to be very careful because my Blue Sky homepage is very not safe for work, and I have to be very careful. I did confront him, you dumbass. It's called kicking him out of my FC and Discord group, which you couldn't even do. You welcome a pedophile with open arms. I wanted more information on the situation so I could stay informed about the following decisions to take. People have been coming to us with questions. You were seen together in-game, and I want to know how to properly handle the situation. Meanwhile, you were actively hanging out with him. Go to hell, you irredeemable mess. Serwin stays goated. Serwin never misses. I love you, Serwin. Serwin never fucking misses, okay? That's my oomph. That's my fucking oomph right there, okay? Oh my god. Oh god, okay. Serwin had been coming to us with questions when you were seen together in-game, and I wanted to know how to properly handle the situation. Meanwhile, you were actively hanging out with him. Go to hell, you irredeemable mess. John fucked up, and I didn't want to abandon him. He is a pedophile. Serwin never misses. Serwin never misses. For clarification, did not write the doc. I removed John's frame 1 when I got the news about him when Tiffany chose to rope him back into her community instead. I provided screenshots to the victim to help establish a timeline of events. Putting this here for additional clarification, I removed and cut contact from John immediately when I found out about the news about him. So we've got something else here. Okay, knowledge about John as a groomer came out well after the initial post was made. Okay, yeah. Okay, so I think we might have... We have more? Oh, yes, we do have more. Okay. So we've also got this here, which is a statement that he made a month ago, and I think he left Blue Sky because he hasn't posted since. A small and final statement I would like to make about Tiffany Lockhart, owning up to my own faults and putting it to rest. Please don't hold any animosity and read with an open mind. Last time I ever talked about this, I'm making amends with Tiffany. She hurt me in many ways. For someone I consider my genuine best friend, I felt so mistreated, suffocated, and no longer my own person. But in my hurt, I turned that around and took it out on Tiffany in ways I never should have. This never should have been public, but it was, and I endorsed that decision. I participated in it. I own up to that. Tiff has every right to be mad at me. It's something I won't let myself live down. While everyone's feelings are valid, and I won't take away from anyone's experiences, I personally feel like my issues were weaponized, a battering ram for everyone else's petty grievances. I was angry, of course, absolutely hurt by her. But it reached a point where others had to start being angry for me. I was tired of the constant fighting. Oh my god, who gives a shit, you fucking loser. You fucking pedophile, nonce fucking loser. Oh my god. Okay, so that's the situation. I'm seeing if there's anything else, but I can't show you my blue sky. Sorry. I know, at least, yeah. I mean, that's the benefit of these people, is that at least they're fucking upfront about it. Oh my god, I feel like my nose is about to just, like, it's so stopped up. Okay, so, what else do we have? What else do we have? Oh my god. Okay, okay, so that's that. Wow. Interesting day. I'm gonna turn on the lights in here really quickly. I'm so sorry. But it's an interesting day in the Final Fantasy XIV community. Once again, Serwyn never misses. Serwyn never misses. Good for Serwyn. Boo for Tiffany, because what we're seeing here, I think, is a really good dichotomy of, like, what you should and shouldn't do. What you should do is what Serwyn did, which is immediately cut off contact, encourage people to report them to the police, because honestly, fucking the person who was the victim in the situation should have reported this guy to the police immediately. Immediately, with a quickness. And then, you know, Serwyn did everything right in this situation. I think that she could have. And then Tiffany did everything wrong, which is just kind of brush it under the rug and keep hanging out with this person. It's so weird that people still interact with her. It's so fucking weird. A great comment on Blue Sky right now is Tiffany Lockhart. No, Griftony Lockjaw up. Oh. Interesting. Hi, Autisticus. So we just got through the Tiffany Lockhart drama. It's going to be a short stream today. I just wanted to like bring that up. But we do have something very, very fun, which is FIREBAT has been fired. Fired. FIREBAT. So this is going to be fun. I'm excited for this. I've only seen a little bit of it.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to my channel. Before we actually get started this video, I want you to know that everything in this video, I take full responsibility.
Yes, again. Okay.
I take full responsibility for my actions, my behaviors, and the tough calls I've had to make during this situation. And for those of you who are commentary channels,
already, baby, with a newborn baby,
watching this video,
CPS arc, baby, CPS arc. Oh yes. Okay.
I just want to say I'm sorry you feel the way you feel, and thank you for your time giving my video love and attention. And so without being further ado, let's hop into this video and get down to business to talk about.
Big ups to Lulu, by the way. Lulu, if you're in here, you are, if anything, my hero. They're gonna eat the baby now they can't afford food. Maybe. Big ups to Lulu for doing all of this shit. Lulu, it has been fucking great.
Hello, hello, hello.
Put a fucking shirt on. Oh my god. Do you see me going on camera in a bra? No. I think I have come on stream in a sports bra one time, but I had a cardigan on over that. I'm not doing this. This is disgusting.
Doing a little fitness check. Yeah. Working out. Fit check.
Doesn't even know how to say fit check.
Look.
Also, big shout out to the swastika quilt wall. Big shout out to the swastika quilt wall. I would like us to talk about the swastika quilt wall. I don't think I've ever seen anybody talk about the swastika quilt wall in this apartment. I don't. I'm gonna be honest. I'm a little pudgy. I'm okay with that, though. I'm okay with being a little pudgy.
Tell me.
I've kind of decided that my body's just gonna do whatever it's gonna do. Okay? And if I balloon up to 500 pounds, so be it. I'm just gonna keep living my life and eating whatever I want to eat. I don't like working out, so I'm just not gonna do it. The most workout that I get is strength and endurance building, and that's just because of the sports that I play. So my body's just gonna do whatever it's gonna do, and I'm okay with that. I've made my peace with it. Also, I can't stand that FIREBAT's constantly standing like this every single time she's standing. She's like, bitch, you don't need to be arching your back. You have nothing to arch.
I could use a job. Oh wait, I already did. Oh snap! Moving on. So I just got a letter from today.
Today, well, it was 22nd, so it was last week, Friday.
Okay. Tony, please confirm that this is. Yep, there you go. So, surprising enough, this is kind of ironic that the same day that Rep Zion.
Thankfully, FIREBAT FIREBAT is doing everything that she can to get her child doxxed, but Lulu has censored this, thankfully.
Decides to make a video on me the same day that I received the letter in the mail from them. And so just to confirm that I'm not lying tech shit, here you go. Here is the letter. I just opened up, brought in a letter for my wife and all that, so I do not mind showing this. I don't see any information that could be...
Like, bitch, why are you live streaming this? Every single time I see a FIREBAT stream, I'm so confused as to why you are live streaming. If I ever had employment issues, I would maybe drop like a quick line and just be like, hey, looking for a new job. So, but I keep that shit to myself. That's none of y'all's business. Sorry.
Trace back to our apartment, doxing. Should have checked that before I did that. That was a close call. I'm not going to do that again. But anywho, I'm going to read the content.
She's so disconcerted.
I know, she's wondering, what's going on? Where did all the noise go? What's happening? So, as of last Saturday, so a week ago tomorrow, I decided to leave TWS.
You didn't decide to leave. You got fired, bitch. You got fired, bitch.
Because they lied about multiple things, as well as the fact that I didn't like how they were treating their employees, and I didn't like how unprofessional my boss was. So, this is their response, Tanya, to that very nicely put message that I originally sent.
Who signed the file?
HR coordinator, human resource department. Okay. So, did I text you the original message that I sent to the AI?
You think it's because they don't have any actual friends to share this with? Honestly, that might be it. That might be it.
No. Just go check, because I'm pretty sure I did.
No. I don't remember something like that. No.
Okay, that's fair. Alright, we're going to pause this video really quick and make a different video to sew into this, reading my original message to the company that I have left. Here we go. Here we go. So
I'm gonna read this because I don't like, wanted to take some time to carefully organize my thoughts and express my concerns in a professional and respectful manner. I want to say that I believe blank is a good person and that he is doing what he feels is best at home. I also understand first how difficult leadership can be. It's so hard to read because this is so cropped. Okay.
we are going to do this just like I did in the past and regarding the Seraphim stuff. So we're going to do it the same way. So letter of leave that I sent them. This was on the very day that I decided to leave that company as a whole. I'm going to just read it out loud. You guys can read for yourself. I want to take some time to carefully organize my thoughts and express my concerns in a professional and respectful manner. First, I want to say that I believe he is a good person and that he is doing what he feels is best at. I also understand firsthand how difficult leadership can be, as I previously held leadership roles managing teams of 10 through 20 people at LA Fitness. However, from my experience, I do not believe he is an effective fit for the leadership in this environment.
Not a good letter to send. Not a good letter to send. Listen, I'm going to be so real. I've worked at a lot of companies. I've worked at a lot of places in my 32 years. I've been working consistently since I was 14 years old. Working under the table at a clothing store, steaming clothes. All right? I've been working since I was 14. And you should never, like, it's insane to me. But this person has sent this letter. Like, no matter what job, I would never send somebody a letter saying that I think that my boss is a shitty boss. And I've had some shitty fucking bosses. Most well-adjusted people, even if they don't have IRL friends, they have some people close to them to share stuff like this with. Yeah, you're completely right. I have friends that I would share this stuff with too. But I don't do the whole sharing thing. Like, my business is my business. My feelings are my feelings. My emotions are my emotions. I actually find it really cringe when people have emotions around me. Like, do that at home. Like, if you're gonna cry, could you maybe go outside or do it at home, or just not around me, because it's just uncomfortable and it's impolite. I was raised by wasps, all right? Play. Here we go. Play!
And so I wrote that because of the fact that how he treated other employees poorly, and I'll explain everything from my experience, just from my experience alone. I'll just tell you my story, but a little bit about other people. There's been multiple people who shared these concerns with me, and as the lead of the people I was helping train all that, I would often be a spokesperson and talk to my boss about their concerns. And so one of the things, so we're just going to continue. One of the biggest challenges in janitorial work is keeping processes simple and efficient. Unfortunately, I feel that many tasks have been made unnecessarily complicated, creating confusion and inconsistency. So when I first came and worked for this company, they originally told me that they were going to give me full benefits, full time and a half with plenty of overtime, more than $18 an hour, and a consistent work, meaning Monday through Friday type of thing, 9 to 5, except the days were Tuesday through Saturday from 8 till 4:30, and I was cool with that.
Well, this is their letter quitting, I think.
I was excited for that because that was perfect.
I think this is something quitting the janitor job.
In the afternoon, take care of the baby for a couple hours, go to sleep, try to get as much sleep as I can during the night, go to work the next day, work my shift, and so forth. And so it was a good schedule. So I really liked working for a company before, back many years ago. That's actually fun enough where me and my wife have met. And so I thought, I'll return to go work for them again. And so when I was hired, I went to a company called, also known as, and they're out of Anaheim, California. So one of the things when they hired me is told me I'll be doing totes, making boxes, doing everything I did when I had worked there previously, same system, everything. They did a tour, they showed me the job, and asked me, can I do that? And I told them my experience when I did it, and it was exactly what they were looking for. They're like, okay, cool, you're going to be a lead, you're going to be teaching other people, they're brand new, and this was a new process for them because this is the beginning phases.
Cannot pronounce Anaheim. Yeah, no, they can't. They're functionally illiterate.
Of them. I was going to be one of
I want to get through this, and then I want to have some commentary on it.
Or in leadership roles. And so, of course, I was like, cool, I'm cool with that. Get better paycheck, better hours. I'm okay with this. I love sweeping the halls and all that, between the aisles and all that, and I loved cleaning the totes, making boxes. It's a good job. The only reason I left was because I got a better offer with better hours and better pay. So whenever I leave a job, usually it's either because I don't like how they treat me or others, or because I found a better job elsewhere. And so that's usually the main reason why I leave a job, not when I get fired. That's a whole different story. So when they had hired me, it was great. Things were going well. I had no issues. It kept me busy, but things got worse. So continue reading. I also want to address some concerns that contributed to my decision to leave. After bringing concerns forward, I felt I was treated differently, including being avoided for several days and later being overwhelmed with unnecessary information despite already understanding my responsibilities and workflow. Since starting these three weeks ago, I have received little to no consistent training. For example, I was supposed to be trained on pallet jacks, but that training was never completed. Additionally, during the hiring process, I was told my prior leadership experience and previous janitorial experience would be taken into consideration for increased pay. I was also informed that my responsibility would probably include totes, making boxes, cleaning bathrooms, and related duties. However, expectations and assignments changed frequently without direct communication, despite the fact that they told me that they would not be doing that. So they literally didn't do what they said they would do. That's not what I signed up for. Instead of speaking with me directly, information was often relayed through other employees, people who were beneath me, people who were under my charge, were coming to me saying, oh yeah, the boss would like you to do this. And I told them, you know what, we're not doing this. If the boss has something he needs to tell me, he needs to tell me himself, or not at all. I'm not going to just listen to just anybody that says, oh, the boss wants you to do this. I'm not a sheep. I don't do what I'm told. Not like that anyway. I prefer.
Pause. In reference to your job, you are saying, I'm not a sheep. I don't do what I'm told. No wonder you keep getting fired. What the fuck are you talking about? Je ne comprends pas. Well, alright.
When people tell me directly what they want. And this is something I made into a loud and clear boundary with all the jobs I've had over the past year. Instead of speaking with me directly,
also, you know that this letter was written with ChatGPT because it's actually grammatically correct.
Information was often relayed through other employees. Clear communication is extremely important to me, and I struggle in an environment where that consistency was lacking. I genuinely enjoyed working at Medline. I enjoyed my job, helping my team, and supporting others whenever needed. I believe in leading by example, stepping in to help coworkers when they need assistance, and maintaining a strong work ethic by showing up, working hard, and doing my part. However, I often felt unsupported by leadership. There were many instances where I observed poor communication, lack of presence on the floor, and unnecessary criticism toward employees who were already performing effectively, meaning doing their job, and this was just unnecessary, and I'll address that later. For example, another janitorial employee and I had developed a system that was working well, but it was changed without discussion, and the concerns were dismissed. So the lady that I was working with was also...
Okay, stop bringing up problems that you had at other jobs. Like, there's no reason to... Girl, bye.
And she knew how the entire warehouse worked, inside and out, knew what needed to be done, had a system that was effective, got it done. Only she requested was make sure she had the tools she needed, make sure we had the proper PPE, and we had a good system. This guy, who has never worked for in his life, didn't understand the warehouse worked, decided, oh yeah, I'm just going to take everything you guys have that works, take it all down, and redo it, and make it more complicated. And we were not about that, and we both had brought that to his attention. For example, now, I do not say any of this with disrespect or malice. I simply want to provide honest feedback about my experience. After reflecting on everything over the past several weeks, I decided that I can no longer continue working in this environment while the current leadership structure remains in place. Also, want to mention one final concern. I was initially told I would take 2 weeks off to take care of my newborn daughter and support my wife after her hospital stay. I was then asked to come in to complete paperwork, only to later be informed that my request had been denied. That situation was frustrating because it took time away from my family during an important moment. If I ever came across as rude or overly emotional, and since
Oh, after this, we have some new Lancelot stuff that I want to review as well, because my favorite pet cow has released some new content. I want to just get through this fucking letter, though.
sincerely apologize. That was never my intention. I simply wanted to express my concerns honestly and respectfully. Thank you for the opportunity, and I wish the company and the team the best moving forward. So after sending them that very nice, respectful letter addressing...
That was not a respectful letter. That was not a respectful letter. What the fuck are you talking about?
The situation, this is what I got as of today. Dear Victor, this letter is to inform you that your employment has ended effective 5/16/2026. Today's the 22nd.
So got fired on Saturday, May 26th. So that's the Saturday of this month. 2 weeks ago.
So that would have been... I think... I was checking. Saturday. Okay, so the day that I basically came into work that day, was prepared to work, and I literally was standing there trying to make a final decision because I just...
Yeah, people who are beneath. This is somebody who really does think that they're better than everybody else. Bro, you're a fucking janitor. Like, you're not better than anybody. Like, you need to chill the fuck out.
Job offer to work for a different company elsewhere for more pay, better hours, and so forth, which we will be addressing in this video. And so, they left me 2 things: apply for unemployment, and then final pay. And then we wish you well on your future endeavors. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact us at blank blank blank, which I'm not going to. So, I'm going to give you guys a timeline of everything I've been doing over with. When I initially started working for them, I was promised better pay because of my experience, because of the fact that I had worked at Medline, I know the systems, I know their tools.
They wouldn't last an hour in any job, apparently. They don't last anything. Dude, they don't last an hour in any job.
Everything there is about the janitorial department. And when they gave me the tour, I didn't learn anything new. But they have their own way of doing things. And so what I did was I go, okay, this is what I know. Thank you for telling me. I'll be willing to learn. So originally they were supposed to take a week to...
So this is somebody who came in. They said, oh, I already know everything. I didn't learn anything new from you. I already know everything. You don't need to teach me anything. Blah, 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 blah.
Not just do orientation, but also trained me. Instead, they had me do 1.5 day of training with someone. And then the rest of the time, I was basically doing everything myself, by myself.
It's fucking janitor work. I'm so sorry, but it's menial labor. And I don't mean to demean menial labor. I really don't. But you couldn't... Like, baby girl. Sorry, that's not nice of me to say. But to be frank, you don't need a whole lot of training to learn how to mop. Just say, well, maybe FIREBAT does.
With no leadership to back me up, nothing. So I literally was flying at the seat of my pants. And my boss would keep changing things, changing things all the freaking time. And so it was very difficult working with someone.
I guarantee you that changing things is probably the boss going up and saying, hey, that's not how we do things here. Here's how you need to do things. Or, hey, I know we have you scheduled to be right here, but we really need you over here. You know, it normal boss shit. I guarantee you that's what was happening. I think I want some dry fry. I'm hungry. I'm so sorry, you guys. Like maybe some pea leaves with garlic, or maybe some bok choy and some tofu. I don't know. I know I want a Wang Zhaoli. Or Wang Laoji. You know. Another one of these babies right here. I love my herbal tea. I would love to take the FIREBAT to the mines. They wouldn't last 35 minutes. Oh, absolutely. They would. What's the Zoolander clip where they walk in and they're all, and then they just go, I think I have the black lung pop. That would be FIREBAT in the mines.
One has a language barrier, and two doesn't know how to communicate. So a little bit about him. One, he is Chinese, speaks poor English, and knows nothing.
I got the black lung, Papa. Yeah, talk to me after 35 years. Also, we've got a racism arc. We've got a racism bat here. Okay, we're gonna have something to say about the Chinese. Alright, first of all, don't say anything about my people.
Think about January.
Yeah, FireScat racism. It's about time.
I literally had to give him an hour-long lecture on how to go about how to clean a bathroom properly. Because originally, when they had hired me, they're like, "Oh yeah, you just."
This sounds like somebody being very fucking combative with their goddamn boss. Is what it sounds like. It sounds like somebody is like, "No, I know the right way to do it because I've been a janitor before." Shut the fuck up, FireBat.
Wipe off the counters and then dust off the window, make it nice and shiny, and that's it. Mirror. Well, you dust it off because there's a lot of dust. I'm just saying. Thank you. Appreciate you saying that. So, I was like, what about the women's hygiene in the women's bathroom? What about the toilets and the floor being swept off and all these other concerns I had? And this is where things started to go south a little bit with this stuff. Is that they had not a clue what they were doing. And one of the things I don't do well is I don't do environments where no one knows what they're doing. People are just flying into the seat of their pants, and no one has a flipping clue how to do their job.
I'm gonna do sweet green. I need some more protein.
Doing everything I've done over the years to manage.
I'm just doing sweet green, I think. Yeah. Food utensils and condiments. Continue. An hour? Fuck that. Oh, okay. Sorry.
Myself will also help train other people in the way of. And then what's frustrating is that me and my co-trainer of training other people, he came in this Saturday and just unloaded this huge giant, oh yeah, no, you only do this, you do this now, you're not signing paperwork. And they basically took a simple thing that me and my co-trainer had set up and made it 10 times complicated. When they hired me, on the paperwork, they said I'll be doing totes, I'll be cleaning aisles, I'll be doing bathrooms and the break rooms, I would be building boxes, I'd be trained on a pallet jack so I don't have to walk around with a walkie. Is that what those things are called? The metal, I forget what those things are called. Pallet jacks. The normal pallet jacks you just move around manually. I actually would be on a walkie or on a electric pallet jack. But nope, didn't do that either. And so I was a little frustrated about that. So here's the situation that led to me leaving. So week 1 went really well. No issues with other than the fact that my left foot was having a lot of physical issues, and so I was allowed to leave work about maybe an hour and a half. Basically, I would work as hard as I could, do as much as I can, work until I basically said I literally cannot move. And my wife would literally witness me coming home with a limp. So I tried my best during that time, and I kept coming to work every day, no matter what. And then my boss told me to take as many breaks as I need, so I take little 5-minute breaks, let my foot rest. Anywho, doesn't matter. Moving on. So after the first week, that went really well.
I ordered some food.
Upgrade within work, was given a little more responsibility. Things seemed to be going well until my wife went to labor. Then things started to go sideways in the worst way possible. So here I am in the hospital trying to...
Autistopus. I agree. But do we think that FireBat is forklift certified? Is FireBat forklift certified? Also, what is a picture of my home doing on their wall?
either for my wife, handle my own emotions, cope with the birth and everything, trying to make sure I meet all these deadlines, run around town running errands, not getting enough sleep, just literally just running around with my head chopped off. And one of the things I had to do was, while we were at the hospital, the people at the hospital said, you need to take the next 2 to 3 weeks off, be there for your wife, be there at home, take care of your child. This needs to happen. And make sure that Tanya and the baby are transported safely to and from doctor's appointments and so forth. And make sure I'm a part of those appointments so I can make sure my baby and my wife are doing well. So like, okay, cool. Well, my work's not going to really like hearing that, so I need a doctor's note. So I did what I was supposed to, got a doctor's note, called my boss, said I'll need call HR, talk to them. So I called HR, talked to them. They said, okay, we'll need you.
Me too, but keep in mind, babies get fussy. It's normal. These are normal baby sounds. I'm not hearing anything super alarming. I think Tanya's taking good care of the baby right now.
Do as soon as you can, come in, fill out a leave of absence form, and then you can take your 2 to 3 weeks off that you need to do this thing. And I texted them. Oh, you want me to hold her?
Sure. You're on standing. I'm not walking forward. You can
That's
walk
right.
forward.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah. Hey there. Hey.
Thank you again, Lulu, for the censorship.
Hey.
But also, Firebat, you fucking idiot. You just started working there. You don't have leave built up.
You want to be held and walked around? Yeah.
Ow. Owie. Ow.
That feel better. Yeah. Look at me, the baby whisperer, huh? I love you. So,
I really don't think the novelty's worn off yet for Firebat with the baby.
Home, went to Walmart, got some stuff for the baby, such as a.
I think right now Firebat is happy to have the baby because I think the baby is giving Firebat an excuse to not work.
Bath system so that she can get washed, and got a pillow thingy for Tanya to hold her up while she's feeding, and was.
Oh my gosh, do we have the author of the doc? Hi, Achilles. We've already gone through your doc, but I'd be happy to re-review it. We're going to put a pin in the Firebat saga here, because we're going to return back. We're going to circle back, you know, to use my corpo speak. We're going to circle back. We're going to put a pin in this and circle back about the doc. Hi, Achilles. Welcome in. So, we read through a lot of this right now. We read through the whole doc. Hello, welcome in. First of all, thank you so much for coming forward. I'm so glad that you're here. We read through this doc. I think that it's fucking disgusting how Tiffany has decided to, be a fucking weirdo and be buddy-buddy with a goddamn pedophile. And the fact that she's mass reporting your fucking, doc, anytime it pops up on Blue Sky is so fucking pathetic. She's beefing with Serwin, who, by the way, oomph. Serwin is an oomph. Can do no fucking wrong. And oh my god. Big ups to you for putting this out here. Big ups to you for putting this out here. I'm so fucking glad that you're here. Alright? So, oh my god. Like, I'm so fucking disgusted. Namely because I think I met Serwin has always been so nice. I remember when I had somebody being super fucking creepy to me in game. I don't know if you remember the Suda Satori shit when that one FFXIV influencer was revealed to be a kind of a sex pest. But Serwin was very, very kind to me during that time. Serwin has always been super nice. Serwin's also was super nice to me when that one Ishgardian role player was being super fucking racist for no reason to me, which is insane. But Serwin is the goat. I love my oomph. But like, honestly, there's always some kind of MMO molestation going on. Honestly, yeah. It's not a great community. Great community, by the way. Great community, by the way. So, we talked a little bit about the fucking beef between Tiffany. I want to know, because I'm not on Twitter, Has John said anything on Twitter about this? Has John said anything about Twitter on this? I don't want to see your gross ass thigh, Tiffany. No, he hasn't? Oh my god. Weird thing to post, Tiffany. Ugly ass bitch. Okay. Like, this dude, John, belongs in fucking prison. This dude belongs in fucking prison. Like, we're gonna come to me. Cut to me. Camera 2, push him. Alright, so it's so fucking weird that, like, one, if I found out that anybody I knew was even remotely involved in this kind of shit, they're gone. It's a wrap. It's a block. It's a report. It's a call the fucking police. Because, like, John needs to be in prison for this message specifically right here, and this specifically right here. He deleted the WhatsApp account he used to contact you as soon as he found out that you told. Of course he did. He's a fucking predator. And why is it always fucking... I'm surprised it wasn't Kik. I'm surprised it wasn't... Why is it always some fucking weird third-party app? It's because... I don't know. I'm so sorry that you went through this, Achilles. Everybody, please give Achilles your love. I'm so sorry that you had to go through this. As somebody who has gone through this before, it's tough, it's hard, but you'll get through it. You seem like a very smart, intelligent, strong person. And I went through the same thing when I was your age, and it's not easy. You feel terrible, but remember that none of this was your fault. This person is a fucking predator who sought out somebody who he felt was vulnerable for the exact reasons of preying on you. None of it is your fault. Yeah, mad props. Mad props. Everybody give Achilles some heels. Yeah, it's a very good joke. No, it's a good joke, Aoife. Thank you for coming forward. I'm really proud of you. I think you did the right thing. I'm really proud of you for coming forward about this. Yeah, thank you so much. And I don't even like... Magic Mama 85 says, I didn't realize victim was here. I'm so sorry you went through this. You didn't deserve this. We love you. Love all of this, but I don't like using the word victim. I like using the word survivor. Because I think that victim... The words we use prescribe certain things. And I like using the prescription of survivor. Because I think that, you're going to get through this. And you were very brave coming forward like this. I wish I had been as brave when it happened to me. I wish I had been as brave when somebody was being a fucking creep to me in the Final Fantasy XIV community. But I didn't want to get harassed. And so I think you did something really, really amazing. Something really brave and something really, really cool. Like, I'm really proud of you for this. And that's how I feel about that. But this is really good, and I'm really glad that you're here. Yeah, absolutely. No, I'm giving you not sympathy, but props. I'm giving you your flowers because you took down somebody who super fucking cringe and super fucking awful and belongs in prison. Yeah, absolutely. So I understand that Tiffany here has, let's see, what was it, John Burt? All right, so we've got some content on this actually. We've got some content here. I do have the thing that we did talk a little bit earlier about the thing that John Burt posted about a month ago. Yeah, Tiffany, it's so insane. Like, I get that, like, you were friends with John and you got a lot of G poses out of it, and he was like your Ardbert simp or whatever. But there are so many people out there who are running around in the fucking default Midlander, to take screenshots with. You don't need to associate with a pedophile. It's completely fucking optional. Like, it's so baffling to me that it's insane. It's insane that she reacted this way, because she could have come out on top. Like, with her platform, if she'd been like, yo, I found out that this person is a creep and I'm disgusted by his actions, and she could have won herself so many awards and flowers for helping protect a minor in her community, or even in the Final Fantasy XIV community. You can just as easily ask a friend to make a meteor. You don't even need to do that, all right? Listen. I'm not saying that I use illegal tools. I'm not saying that. I would never say that on stream. But you can just make a fucking meteor, save the profile, load that shit in Dalamud, and then apply that shape to a fucking carbuncle if you want to take the goddamn pictures. That bad. You don't need to be friends with a pedophile to do it. It's very easy to do. Like, I mean, that's how some friends of mine that I know, not me, have taken pictures with Grahatia. Like, it's insane to me that this person is sitting here like that, is acting like this. Like, I don't understand why anybody would want to associate with a pedophile. So I don't understand why Tiffany is running so much fucking cover for him. But I'm glad you're here. I would also like to point out that when we say Tiffany Lockhart, we are not talking about the Taiwanese young adult fiction writer. Sorry. Or are we? No, we are not talking about the Taiwanese young adult fiction writer. They were in a situationship while he was with you, and she's just fine with that. I'm even more baffled. Because now, not only is he a pedophile, but he's also a cheater? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. That's so fucking crazy. That's what? Oh my god. This might be the first video I release. I might clip this because this is... I'm baffled. My flabbers are gasted. I'm feeling gooped and gagged. Excusez-moi, je ne comprends pas c'est pourquoi difficile. Just dump the man, block him, and kick him out. And yeah, you'll be sad for a little bit because you lost out on a relationship. At least it's been giving you a good laugh. I'm good for that. I'm proud of that. That's, yeah, laugh at these people because this chick's fucking pathetic. This chick's a fucking loser. This is a fucking loser. Okay, oh my god. Oh my god, and the fact that they were beefing with you on fucking Blue Sky is crazy. Oh, at least nobody is fucking falling for it. Like, I'm looking at the comments of her posts. Actually, I think I can pull it up here. Yeah, I can pull it up here. Here we go. I'm looking at the comments of the fucking post. These are so fucking good. Like, nobody is fucking falling for this shit. As a reminder, calling him right now. I'm very grateful that you made the choice to do this. Drawing your private apology means the world to me, and I appreciate you. First of all, Tiffany, you don't deserve a fucking apology. Beefing on Blue Sky is some weapons-grade autism. True! So I'm grateful that you made the choice to do this. Drawing your private apology means the world to me. Tiffany does not deserve a private apology. You know who deserves a fucking private apology? Is Achilles here. Achilles deserves an apology from Tiffany for tolerating this shit. Much love to you. If anyone ever wants to reach out, always feel free. Please read his post if possible. It's so fucking... This is so pathetic. What a fucking loser. What a fucking loser. Achilles does deserve a public apology. I agree. Oh my god. And you know what? I don't have Malcolm's don't touch the poo rule, so I'm just gonna comment here. Tiffany being so for real right now. This makes you look like a fucking loser. You owe this person a massive apology. Because in no universe should you have stayed friends with a fucking pedophile who was grooming teenagers behind your back while you were in a situationship. Boom. My flabbers are gasted. Okay. I just need a moment to calm down from that, because that upsets me. This person's a fucking loser. Ooh, I almost did something very bad. Okay. We're gonna get back to the FIREBAT content.
I was literally doing my job.
But thank you so much for coming, Achilles. I'm really glad that you're here. I'm gonna drop my Discord. Can somebody please !Discord in the chat? If you would like to, you can shoot me a message. Just, you know, as a trans person who's been through the same thing you have been through, if you ever want to talk about that sort of thing, please feel free to reach out to me. No pressure at all. I would be happy to talk to you, just as like an older trans person who's been through the same thing. All right. Please feel free to reach out, and I mean that.
And I went right over to walk to the other end of the warehouse because my boss was a fat freaking.
FIREBAT, do not talk about how other people are fat. All right. Listen, Chonkster. All right. Don't do this. And also, Achilles, I understand that you may not be super familiar with what I think here. I do here. FIREBAT's a fucking creep. Yeah, I literally, like, no one's messing with the baby trans in my view. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I will go Elder Tiesler immediately. Oh, okay, yeah. So Achilles, FIREBAT is kind of our community's pet cow. It's like me, Femios, Troth, Malcolm. We all cover FIREBAT. But FIREBAT is a fucking freak. Who, I don't know if you're old enough to remember Jessica and Eve, but it's basically like Jessica and Eve plus Chris Chan. And chronically gets fired from their jobs, because they keep not showing up to work. Just had a kid, live streams constantly, stomps their shit down the shower drain, is just a disgusting person, and we're just snarking them, okay? It's a fun time.
Decided, oh yeah, I want you to walk to the other end of the warehouse to fill out a single piece of paper. So I was like, okay, I'm already.
Also, like, a sex predator. Like, okay, so, no, I disavow, anticipus. But, so this is a person who is racist, they are homophobic, they are conservative, they also claim to be trans, but they're also a very public gooner. They do shit like take nudes at work. I disavow.
I'm literally running on Steam And so like, okay, let's go. So I walked to the other end of the powerhouse. He gave me this single piece of paper, said take it
Where's
home,
my fucking
fill it out,
food?
bring it back when I can. It's like, nah, I don't got that type of time, and I'm not interested in wasting gas just to come in with a piece of paper, like literally fill out here and there. So I went over to a nearby booth, sat down, filled out the information I needed, and gave them the information they needed, gave them a copy of the doctor's note.
My corporate slot bowl will be here in 15 minutes. I'm very excited. Okay.
And instead of just taking my document and going, okay, we'll review this, get back to you, then and there, somehow, between the time I had a call with them, being told, yes, take the time you need off, and me giving him that paper back within 5 minutes, he's like, oh yeah, no, this is going to be instantly disproved. You need to come back Tuesday or you're fired. I'm like, doctor's note, literally saying to take this time off to take care of my family. Doctor's orders. You guys follow state law. This is a literal...
That's not how a doctor's note works, okay? So in corporate America, there are 2 types of leave that you can take, all right? Actually, I'd say there's 3. There's PTO, which you accrue usually, especially in an hourly position, you will accrue it based on hours that you work, okay? So it's like, at my last job, for every 8 hours I worked, I earned maybe like 30 minutes of PTO, okay? And they accumulate, and then you can just use them as you please. FIREBAT has not been working there long enough to accumulate PTO. The other is unpaid time off or leave, which is basically like, again, something that you would typically accrue after a probationary period of 90 days or at the start of a new quarter or a new year. So FIREBAT, again, is not eligible for that. And that's only going to be for approved reasons. If the company does not have something like paternity leave, which, by the way, in order to qualify for paternity or maternity leave, parental leave in general, you usually have to be working there for a specific period of time. And then the third option, which I think FIREBAT should have done, is called FMLA, which is Family Medical Leave Act. All right? So you can take an extended period of time off from a job for FMLA if you've been there for a certain amount of time, unpaid, and be guaranteed by the law to have your job when it comes back. Jobs are under no obligation in America, which I think that is wrong, but they are under no obligation in America to actually just give you time off when you request it. They're not. Sorry.
Doctors thing. And they're like, yeah, no, unfortunately we'll have to let you go.
Oh my god, I could use some tea.
So what do? I go, okay, this is not okay. You just wasted my time. You told me to come over here to fill a piece of paper that you end up not even reading and just throwing away after I already filled it out and handed it to you. So I'm glad that I didn't go home with this
Again, stop beefing with your boss.
piece of paper.
Stop beefing with your boss.
Because that would have been even more time and energy wasted. So I called HR back and I was like,
also, Achilles, if you're still here, I promise I usually do more normal streams. I'm a snarker. I love snarking people. But I also usually just do fucking Final Fantasy streams or gaming streams in general. I've been playing Kingdom Hearts. I do more than just snark. I promise.
okay, what the fuck? What's going on? And they're like, well, since you haven't been there, for more than a week and a half, unfortunately, we're going to have to let you go. And once you're able to come back, just put in an application, give Eric a call, we'll have you rehired, and we'll have you back.
That's actually incredibly generous. That's so fucking generous right there. In case y'all missed it, they said, hey, because you don't qualify for FMLA or leave or anything like that, we can't keep your position open if you leave. So what we're going to do is we're going to let you go, but when you're ready to come back, let us know, we'll hire you back. That's incredibly generous. They are under no obligation to do that. That's very generous.
And I was like, is the job guaranteed if I do take this time? And they're like, no, unfortunately it's not. We have needs to that be met. I'm like, well, that puts me in a tough situation. So I said that in there, without even thinking twice, I said, you know what, I'm going to stay with you guys. I need to provide for me and my family. And I immediately decided to start looking for other work. So what I did over the next...
Smart.
Tuesday, so a week. The next week and a half was started job hunting through Indeed, which is a company I use for job hunting, and I literally started to look for a job elsewhere while still working for this company. So, what ended up happening is I came back the following Tuesday, And I came in for my shift, worked till about noon, had a doctor's appointment. I had texted my boss a courtesy message letting him know all the days and times that I need off for my doctor's appointments for my baby, and the one doctor's appointment I have in June for my HRT follow-up. And so my boss asked me when I had time, literally sitting in the same room as me, sent me a text when he could just came over and asked if he could talk to me. Can you come over and talk to me? I thought that was a little odd. I was like, okay, whatever. And so I dismissed it and walked over and talked to him. And he's like, well, so I understand you have these doctor appointments, but unfortunately you need to be here for every single day of your shift or else. I'm like, these are literally doctor's appointments. I need to take care of my child and my wife.
They're doing the same thing that they always do with every job that they work, which is they just want to make up a fucking excuse to not come into work. This time, this is why I say that I think FIREBAT's still happy to have the baby. Is because now FIREBAT with this job has an excuse to be like, look, no, I can't go to work. I can't go to work right now. Granted, do I think that they should have time to take care of their baby and not struggle for food? Yes, I do. That's not the reality of the world we live in, babes. So sorry.
To be there for these appointments.
And maybe you would have the time if you could have actually maintained a fucking job long enough to actually, like, accumulate some PTO or accumulate some unpaid leave or qualify for FMLA.
No, this is a courtesy thing. You need to respect that. And so he's like, okay, unfortunately I can't. So I was ready then and there too, and I told my wife about this. I literally took off my vest, took my badge. I would literally hand him, I put my hand on his shoulder, said, thank you for your time, you're great, you're awesome, but unfortunately my family is top priority. He's like, no, I'm not, don't leave, I want you to please stay. And he's like, what I would like you to do is I would like you to work nights. So I was like, okay, cool, I can work with that, that's awesome. So what ended up happening.
Yes, I'm very lucky in that my job gave me PTO pretty much as soon as I started because I was, moving across the country, and my boss, who is amazing, was like, listen, you can take all the time you need to move, and then just let me know when you're ready to start back up. It was great.
My
food's almost here.
For my doctor's appointment.
They're like a block away.
Around noon. So about what? I want to say about 2-ish, maybe 2 and 2:30, somewhere in there. I get a text from my boss saying, hey, so since you're going to be working nights, you're going to start tonight. So you're going to come in at 9 and work till 5:30 in the morning. So I was like, great, I can make that work. Despite the fact that I was already pretty tired and I didn't get much sleep, because the first week of adjusting to a newborn is a little rough, especially at night. And it still is rough, and despite the fact that I'm literally home 24/7 this past week. And so what ended up happening is I went to bed as quickly as possible, try to get as much sleep as possible, and ended up getting like 3 hours of sleep. Went into work, worked till early in the morning, was so bleeping tired that
The self-censoring is so fucking pathetic.
I texted my boss, said, I can't do this, I need to go home. I'm literally having anxiety.
Shut up. Okay, shut up. Oh my god, your boss bent over backwards to give you time to work so that you could keep your job and be able to take care of your family. And on the first shift, you call out sick? No, dude. Self-censoring but not censoring your baby is so fucking crazy. Yeah, that is crazy. It's why Lulu here, who is our hero, our guiding light, has censored the baby with this lovely baby bat image. So, okay, my dasher is here. I am going to be right back.
I cannot function continuously. And so I ended up driving home nearly.
Did they forget my goddamn utensils again?
Wrecking the car on the way home.
I'm gonna be so pissed off.
It's like 3:30 in the morning. It was dead outside. So luckily, no cars, no
They
animals,
have.
anything. So I was able to just
Okay, hold
get
on.
in the car, get home safely.
Get my utensils. I'll be right back.
The following morning,
It's
I
there.
ended up giving my boss a call. Said, "Hey, I don't think this is going to work out. I'm working nights. I need to you got to respect the fact that I have these appointments. I'm not going to work nights. I'm really uncomfortable with that, especially with the fact that I will be working during the night and then during the day somehow I have to take care of my child. Well, it's not going to work." And so it's like, okay, let me get back to you. And when he didn't get back to me within a couple hours, which he's usually pretty quick responding, I kind of got concerned. So I was like, you know what? I'm not going to take any chances. I'm just going to call HR directly and ask him. Okay, my arm's getting tired. Your turn, Mama. Your turn, Mama. Ended up calling HR, asking if I can talk to the main honcho and basically talk to him about the situation.
Okay,
So,
I have my things. Here we go.
They said, yes, we'll
Sorry.
call you when he has a chance. He ended
I didn't mean to Hassan post there and get up from my chair, but they just always forget to give me my utensils, so I have a bunch of spares.
up calling me. I told him the situation, everything I'm telling you guys right now, basically. And he basically informed me that what he did was not okay. He should have not had me do that switch that fast. He should give me a couple of days to adjust so that when I go to nights, it would be a good transition from day to night. So those of you who don't know me, I'm not a night owl. I am an early lark. I'm an early morning bird. I am someone that does well with early morning shifts. That's just who I am.
That's not true. I happen to know that's not true because Little Miss Buzzball here, Little Miss Buzzball here happens to love staying up all night and keeping Tanya up all night.
I've always been.
Oh, this is amazing.
Last time I worked
What
at
is
my
this?
job,
An organic blood orange soda. So good. Try this. Galvanina blood orange organic soda. Amazing. That's incredible.
was when I was single, living with my sister, and had no responsibilities or life or any of that, so working nights was fine. But since that's changed, that's a whole nother ballgame. So, after he had a conversation with that, so we won't have it again, he's going to keep the hours.
Achilles, keep in mind, this is somebody who routinely stays up all fucking night. Stays up all fucking night, yelling at strangers on the internet, getting into long stream arguments with their wife, with strangers, with anybody, all night long, constantly. And in fact, that's how I discovered this person. It's because they decided to buzzball max and drink a shit ton of buzzballs, drunk drive, and to get more, throw up on the pavement outside of their apartment while arguing with people online, namely a friend of mine, Fenyos.
That I had, and they'll respect what I need, with the exception that whatever time I take off from work, I'll have to come back to work on the same day and work those hours that I missed on the same day that I take those times off. And
Wait, hold on. I know I have the picture. I don't know. I have no fucking clue, Eva. I have no fucking clue. But I do know that we have some fabulous FIREBAT art that I would love to share. I think it might be in the It's Media channel. No, oh god, where is it? Does anybody have the FIREBAT picture? You know the one I'm talking. No, I think it's in Trough server. Let me see if I can grab it. I think I put this in the FIREBAT hive from Seska. From Seska. Okay. Oh god, I have it somewhere. Oh, did I send it to Femios? I think I sent it to Femios. I have to find the picture. No, I have to. It's so fucking good. Femios. Oh god, I don't even know where it is. Whatever.
Like, you know what? I'm okay with that. I can agree to those terms. No problem. I actually really enjoy working for them, so it works out. So I ended up coming back on the day after I got many hours of sleep. I think I was so tired. I went to sleep around 7 p.m. and then I slept until like, I want to say 9 the next morning. I was very tired. I was able to sleep through the baby screaming in the middle of the night at one point. And so I went into work and my boss was avoiding me. Not talking to me, not making eye contact. I literally had to pull him aside and ask him whatever I needed to ask him because he wouldn't answer my texts. He went silent on me. And so I think, in my opinion, from his behavior and everything, this was him basically lashing out at me because I called him out for his BS and went to HR. So that's something I'm not afraid to do, is when people treat me wrong or put me in a situation that's not okay, I'm going to trust my guy. And so I'm happy about it. I've talked to a couple of my other friends about it, a couple mentors, and they confirmed with me that I did the right thing. And so what ended up happening next is about 2 to 3 days of this behavior. And of course, during this week and a half, I'm looking for jobs elsewhere on Indeed, got a job offer, decided, you know what, we're gonna do this, and drop things then and there. Went in for my shift, was ready to work that day, was overwhelmed, decided, you know what, this job's just not worth it anymore. I'd rather just quit this job, pick up this job the following week, have a week to adjust with the baby, and go from there. And so that's why I'm no longer working for.
So, as a reminder, just had a newborn baby. Babies cost an average of $15,000 to have in this country. Okay? So, decides, with their limited funds, that they are going to just quit their job, go without pay for a week. Which, by the way, this might seem reasonable. This might seem like a reasonable crash out. But keep in mind, this happens at every single job they work. So I do not believe a word FIREBAT is saying.
And that's all you guys need to know about the job situation. And so I'm glad that nothing bad happened out of this. I'm glad that I was able to leave them peacefully, despite the fact that they have wronged me in multiple ways, which I have addressed throughout this entire video. And, you know, I really liked working for them. I really liked the people. It was nice being back. One other small contributor factor to me leaving, outside of my boss being a dumbass and a retard.
Disavow. Oh my god, what happened? There we go.
I was getting a strong feeling that people have been watching my YouTube stuff, and that made me uncomfortable. No one said anything about it. No one said, oh yeah, I've been watching your YouTube stuff. But there were just some things that just kind of put me off. Like, for instance, people who I hadn't talked to in over 4 years somehow knew I was back before I told them I was back. Well, on top of that, knew about the baby coming, knew about everything. My wife doesn't really talk about it on the web, but I do. And so I kind of put pieces together and realized either A, people follow me on YouTube, or B, someone from that I know was their last.
So, that's to be expected. This person's a fucking menace, by the way. Like, yes, they're a little 5 viewer Andy, sure. But, that's to be expected. When you make videos that are as shocking as what you make, and you are constantly videotaping yourself everywhere you go, people are going to find out about it. Especially, here's the thing that really fucked me up, is when they live streamed that parade they went to, and they specifically named the parade they were going to, talked about it on stream, put it in the title. And that's very specific and local to their town. It's like something that their town specifically does every year. It's a pretty cool parade, honestly. But when you do that, people around you are going to find out. Like, I've been making content on and off since I was maybe 14 years old. And people in my school knew. People in my school knew that I was a performer. People at my school knew that, Achilles. Pause. Tiffany has just responded to one of my posts. To that post I left. Achilles. Tiffany has responded. Tiffany has responded. Woo! Ooh, child. Oh. Yes. Yes, it is. So, to reiterate, I said to Tiffany, Tiffany, being so for real right now, this makes you look like a fucking loser. You owe this person a massive apology because in no universe should you have stayed friends with a fucking pedophile who was grooming teenagers while you were behind your back while you were in a situationship. Tiffany says, as much as I agree with you, I'm a bit confused. This whole thing happened in 2022. I didn't become friends with John until late 2024. Stopped being friends in January 26 after we cut each other off. I only found out in 2026 in March. That's not correct. Not correct. Because I have the Google Doc. I have the Docky Doc. And she didn't even care to remember the dates. Achilles, can you clarify for me? Okay? When was the first time you reached out to Tiff? When was the first time you reached out to Tiff? April 1st of this year or last year? Because I'm thinking, like, yeah, because I think it's late March. Yeah. Yeah, March 31st. Okay. So, really quickly, just to remind me here. Okay. So I do have photo evidence of you, Tiffany, here. I have photo evidence. Oh no. What is this, honey? What is this, honey? So you stopped being friends with him in January. You stopped being friends with him in January. What is this, honey? Uh-oh. Where's the short? Where's...
Breaking my heart. Stop. Stop now. Come back. I love you.
Liar! Liar! What is this, honey? Okay, so these are just posts. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, stinky. Yeah. What is this, honey? Where's my sound? Where's my soundboard?
Stinky, 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 stinky.
What is this, honey? Uh-oh. Stinky. Okay. Hold on, back to the chat. Back to the group. We got some shit to take care of here. We got some juicy content. I'm feeling hyped now. I didn't rip a bag before stream, so I've been a little low energy. Because I gotta be up for work in the morning. But we're gonna have a little fun!
That is so embarrassing for your life and your soul.
Okay.
So I gotta be real with you guys. You look like f***ing clowns.
Name might have told them that I was returning, tried to get me fired. And so I don't know if that actually is what happened, but I have my suspicions. And so what I ended up doing is just trust my gut, and I did not feel safe.
I didn't feel
So,
safe.
you know what? I'd rather have a job where I make $25 an hour, traveling around the US, maybe traveling into Canada, which I've never been to Canada before, so that's going to be interesting. I'm going to have to let Tanya know what that's like, take a crap ton of videos. If I ever get any assignments in you know, over there in the last place I thought I would ever, you know, travel to. I mean, I've never been to Canada, so this is going to be interesting. It'd be my first international traveling outside of the U.S., so it's going to be fun. I mean,
But you do not have a passport.
so as you guys are aware, Rap Zion, a
Repsion, my close personal friend.
YouTuber who loves to just make shit up about me. I already made 2 posts about it, kind of addressing some of the lies and kind of just being blunt with my opinions of this person. I've already talked about him before in other videos and all that, and so I didn't watch his video today. One, because I'm above him and I don't need to waste my time.
Wait, are we gonna finally get a Seska mention? FIREBAT's been avoiding saying my name. But I know FIREBAT's aware of me because FIREBAT has talked about the videos that I am in with Femios and with Trough. So, are we gonna get a Seska mention? I think we're gonna get a Seska mention.
I'm listening to him literally make shit up. But his title says it all. Usually his title will say whatever he's talking about the entire time with all the extra fluff he puts in there. And so, as you guys are aware, I have made a video earlier today talking about how to deal with these types of personalities. I use my own wisdom, and so that's why I'm able to sit here calm and collected and talk about this and kind of give you guys an actual rundown of what actually happened. And so, yeah, it is what it is. And for those of you who are disappointed in me in my job history, all I can say at this point is I'm sorry. This is the truth. This is my story. And
This is my story. Where's the clip? Someone run the clip. Where's the audio? I need the audio. Tiffany has responded again. Tiffany has responded again. We have a follow-up. Oh wait, no, she hasn't. I lied. It was a notification from somebody responding to me when I said, when a man says something so disrespectful to me, it genuinely sets the progress for trans equality back 10 years, and I posted this emoji. So... Listen, I'm a mess. I'm not a good person.
not ashamed. I trust my gut and left this company. And before I sent that letter to them that I read earlier, I sent it to one of my trans friends and to one of my mentors, 2 separate people, to kind of read through it and let me know what they think before I just send it, because I tend to shoot at the hip, ask questions later. And instead of doing that, I decided to take the time to seek out wisdom, something I don't do very often. And the response, the trans man that I was going to be working with at the same company said, "Wow, I'm glad I trusted my gut and I dodged a bullet. Thank you. This is awesome that you did this and you're doing this.
Wait.
So you made it right."
Wait, Achilles, is that you liking my post? Is that you? I see you.
The mentor said the same thing. He did not work for them. It wasn't going to work for them. He's just someone that I can trust when I need to really, 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 really vent and say everything that's on my mind. Which those of you know me with my live stream, sometimes I can rant for sometimes hours. And so I'm glad.
Yap. Go to therapy, you fucking loser.
This sounds good. I think it's okay that you send this. So that's what I sent.
This soda's fucking incredible.
And so I did the right thing. I think this was probably the best thing I think I've ever done with a job. Usually when I leave a job, it's usually done end on good terms. And so, yeah, I'm never coming back to that company ever again. And so they did inform me that if I ever leave, since we do live in Washington State, it is a at-will state, meaning I can leave anytime I want. And they can fire me for anything they want. And so when I initially was hired, they had told me that if I ever left, that I could come back anytime. And so the fact that I left them on good terms, they let me know me resigning and all that.
You dumbass.
And so I could return anytime.
You dumbass, you did not leave on good terms. You left on very bad terms. It's just that usually the terms that you leave on are so fucking bad that this seems good in comparison.
As I see fit, but the truth is I have no interest. As long as this guy is in charge of things, I'm no thank you. So, I think one of the other things that were a issue with working for this company.
Oh hey, remember to like the stream, please? I'm a very small snarker, and I would like to be a much bigger snarker. So like the stream, or I will hunt you like a wild boar. Thank you.
Was the fact that I don't know how to say this without sounding racist, so I'm just going to try
What?
to say it as best I can.
I'm locked in.
Because of the fact that he is Chinese and he doesn't speak very good English as a boss, speaking to someone who literally has auditory processing issues, I think communication was a big barrier. And that's one of the things me and the HR director had talked about, was that this was a communication barrier, which I felt like for most of the part.
So just like this may be me flaunting my big girl boss brain. Thank you. So this might just be me flaunting my big girl boss brain, but like just learn Chinese. It's not hard. 我会说一点普通话，我说得不好, but I'm learning. Like it's not hard to learn. Pretty easy language. Most languages are pretty easy to learn. Because here's the thing about most languages is that they were invented by fucking cave people thousands and thousands of years ago. So they're pretty easy to learn once you remember that. Like, oh, you want to learn a little bit? You want to learn Korean? 미국 사람입니다. Right? That's I'm an American in Korean. You want to learn French? You know, j'ai étudié Université de Lyon. You want to learn fucking German? I got ich spreche Deutsch. Entschuldigung, das ist ekelhaft. Like, you want to learn a language, you can just learn a language. It's easy. It takes like about a month. I'm sorry. It takes like a month.
Time of communicating for doing well, and I made sure with my boss's permission, made sure that he was okay with me recording our conversations so that I could listen to later.
People will tell you this. It'll take you tops. Most language courses are scams. It'll take you 6 months tops to learn a new language.
And understand instructions. So one of the things I do with employers I started this a couple months ago, is when I work for a company, I have this smartwatch that I use, and I can use it to record people in conversations. I use it when I'm in conflict, and I use it when I'm learning how to do something, and so I made sure I'm clear this.
This is not what my good friend invented. And I'm not gonna speak his name in here because he just recently passed and I feel it would be disrespectful. But this is not what my good friend who invented the biometric readings in Apple Watch and smartwatches wanted this technology to be used for.
The boundary, I need to use this watch to help me cope with one of my disabilities, which is auditory processing disorder, as well as communication. And they're like, yes, that's fine, go ahead. So I would often go through those recordings to make sure I heard what I heard right, to make sure I was following directions. So sometimes I have a hard time following directions. So there's that. So let me give you a small example.
Is there anything else here?
A piece of history, a little bit.
Yap.
When I first arrived at my foster family's home, my auditory processing was so bad. This is an 8.5, almost 9-year-old. They told me, hey, go take the trash out, throw it away. My brain heard, grab, throw away. So for some reason, my brain thought to grab the cat and throw him off the back balcony.
What? We're throwing cats off of how do you... What? What? McSqueeze me? From what it sounds like, FIREBAT had consent from the people there to actually record conversations. But McSqueeze me? You threw a cat? Why would you do this? Call PETA. Listen. When Doja Cat said, "I'm hot like grits, Medea, beat the pussy up, call PETA," that was not instructions, okay? That was a song lyric. You don't have to do that. Like, yeah, don't call PETA either, but like, I'm just so blown away. Like, even at 9 years old, I knew that you shouldn't be throwing animals off balconies. This is serial killer shit. Do you see what I mean when I say that we don't tolerate?
I was crying because I was like, I was doing what you told me to do. I'm like, no, not the cat, the trash. And so that's kind of how bad my auditory can be at times. And so sometimes.
And you didn't think to question it? I'm gonna be real. Okay, listen. I have auditory processing issues. My aunt also has auditory processing issues. She is constantly mishearing me when I'm talking to her and thinking that I said something fucking crazy. Okay? Like, she'll make that mistake and think, like, if I say, "Hey, could you take out the trash?" She'll think that I said, like, "Hey, could you throw out the cat?" Like, but she won't just do it. She'll turn and be like, "Did you say this?" Like, it's... Even at 9 years old, I knew how to do that. I knew that if I heard something crazy, I probably just wasn't hearing it correctly. My auditory processing is so bad that I had to go to speech therapists to fix it. Like, I had to go to, like a special therapist to fix my auditory processing issues. And I had to listen to these special tapes to actually, like, strengthen my ears. It was weird.
Dealing with monetary issues can be quite a burden. Especially when it comes to holding jobs long term. So that's why I set this as a boundary, and so far those boundaries have been very helpful. And so that's it. That's all I have to say. So thank you for joining me today for this vlogging video. Originally I was not going to make a video in response to Rep Zion, but
You have anything else?
Kind of gave me the little nudge, so maybe I'm not focused on Rep Zion and I'm more focused on speaking facts. Give advice on when you're job hunting is interview your employers. A lot of people think when it comes to job hunting, it's all about the jobs interviewing you. You having a polished resume and looking perfect.
Don't ever take job advice from this person. Take job advice from me. I worked in corporate America for 10 years now, all right? I was the youngest VP at my previous company. Like, just listen to me, okay?
For the job and dress and impress and, being able to say things on the fly, shoot at the hip as it were, and be able to be, friendly and all that. But something that most people don't teach when it comes to job hunting.
Listen, Lemon, welcome in, first of all. Second of all, message me. I'll look over your resume with you, and I'll help you, like, polish up your resume for you. Like, I can help you out there. Just message me on Discord. Well, after this, I'll help you out.
Is you need to interview your employers, ask them questions, get to know them, interact with them. Maybe not be personal with them, but sometimes asking personal questions, you can see how they engage with you, helps with building a relationship with a company. And so when I initially was going to work for this company, the only reason I didn't say no when they offered me the job on the spot, it was the quickest interview I ever had in my life. Literally got a text saying, "Can you come in next interview?" Came in for the interview, was literally they hired then and there on the spot. That's how impressed they were with my history and all that. Looking back now, I think they didn't hire me because of my expertise. I think they hired me because they were desperate. And so that's one of the things that I look for is how do they respond? And so with that,
there's also job resources that can help you. A lot of it's just like your resumes. These guys were desperate. Well, listen, I got my cost job on the spot, honestly. It's not unreasonable. Like, honestly, my current job, I just called the guy who ran the agency, and I was like, hey, I heard you need somebody. Hire me. I'm moving to New York. And they were like, okay. And I was like, cool. They were like, you licensed? And I was like, yeah.
Without further ado, we'll get going. I am 7:08 in the evening, and I think I'm ready to continue watching The Good Place with my wife.
No, don't ruin The Good Place. Please don't ruin The Good Place. I love The Good Place so fucking much. Oh my god. Okay. I've had enough of this. We're gonna make fun of my favorite Final Fantasy XIV cow. My pet cow. Because my pet cow, Lancelot here, who is the most degenerate fucking, Final Fantasy XIV streamer.
Dangerous.
Has released some new content. He's released a few videos now, but he has, I love watching his takes on gay people because he's fucking insane. And I really want to cover this. And I think this will be the last thing we do tonight. It's 9:30. Shit. Okay, we'll save this for tomorrow. Because I want to have some me time before I go to bed, to just goof around and be a degenerate in Final Fantasy XIV. Yes, some new slop has gone into the slop trough. With Lancelot. I really want to do a bigger Lancelot video, but he's hard to find sources on, especially because I don't use Twitter and he doesn't use Blue Sky. I want to do a bigger, like, slop stream of just Lancelot content. Because he is truly insane. But, so I'm gonna go be a fucking hot mess express in Final Fantasy, but maybe tomorrow after work, I'll come home and we can do a fish stream, because I'm finally getting my beta fish to go in the tank. His name's gonna be Napoleon. My metrics are all really good. My parameters are all really good in the water. The plants are doing well. The auto synclists are thriving. So I'm going to be tossing in my beta fish very soon, which is going to be really, really fun. It's going to be fish time. So thank you guys so much. And big thank you to Achilles for showing up. Thank you to everybody for coming in. You guys are amazing. The reason I do this channel. Ooh, yeah. No, that one's hard. But it's pretty easy once you get into it. I still need to do the rest of the EX trials. I've done up to Sphene Extreme, and I need to do all the ones past that. I'm really behind on that. I took a break from the game while I moved. But I'll be hanging out. If you need anything, shoot me a message on Discord. I'm in Discord. I'm always happy to chat. Join the server. Say hi. Can't promise I'll be around. I do work a very demanding job, but if you shoot me a message, I'll say hi. Yeah, speed! Alright. I'm gonna go. You guys have a super great rest of your day. Hold on. We gotta get some outro music. Run the outro music.